President Trump says he doesn't want a delay to November's election, but believes postal votes will cause problems. The UK government places restrictions on parts of England as the Covid-19 infection rate rises. American civil rights campaigner John Lewis is laid to rest. President Obama among the mourners at his funeral.
1-0 and liftoff.
And NASA launches its mission to Mars, a rover to retrieve rock samples from the red planet.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau denies any conflict of interest in awarding a lucrative government contract to a charity with links to his family. Tens of thousands of people have turned out in the capital of Belarus for a rally by the opposition figure Svetlana Tsikhanouskaya. She's standing in next month's presidential election against the long-term authoritarian leader Alexander Lukashenko. The opposition has faced a huge crackdown by the authorities and her husband has been jailed. At least 3 people have been killed and 6 others injured in multiple explosions in northeastern Nigeria. Authorities say that 4 rocket-propelled grenades were fired from outside the city of Maiduguri in Borno State, landing on separate sites. Residents have been preparing for the Muslim holiday celebrations of Eid al-Adha. Now, a few weeks ago, we were reporting that Australia had put 5 million people in Melbourne, in the state of Victoria, back into a strict 6-week lockdown. But it doesn't seem to be working. The state has just reported its worst COVID death toll and a sharp rise in new cases, 627 today, following Thursday's record high of 723. The Prime Minister says he'll take whatever actions are necessary to bring the outbreak under control. Now, Italy was one of the earliest and hardest hit countries in the coronavirus pandemic. The lockdown there was dramatic, but things are slowly getting back to normal. In Venice, they're trying to attract the tourists, and in doing so, they're doing it in their own inimitable way, as Tim Allman reports.
Forget the drive-in. This is the boat-in. Venice is famous for its film festival, but how can you light up the silver screen when all the cinemas are shut? Easy. Get the audience to just float into place. The venue, one of the city's shipyards, where around 300 people on board 60 vessels took part. Tickets were free, but had to be booked in advance. And you had to bring your own refreshments. But all in all, this seems a pretty civilised way to watch a movie. One of the films on offer was Jaws. Perhaps something of an omen. If this is a success, they'll definitely need a bigger boat. Tim Allman, BBC News.
Oh dear, he just couldn't resist, could he?
There were further signs of China tightening its grip on Hong Kong, with 12 pro-democracy candidates banned from running in its elections. It follows the arrest of 4 students who set up a Facebook page and are now being held on suspicion of inciting secession. It's thought to be the first time that the police have used the new national security law to go after people rather than arresting them during demonstrations. A record number of migrants crossed the channel yesterday. The Home Office has confirmed at least 202 people, including 5 children, arrived in 20 boats. French authorities also intercepted a vessel with 20 migrants on board, which was taken to water. The proposed takeover of Newcastle United by a Saudi-backed investment fund has fallen through. It's 17 weeks since a deal was agreed with the current owner, Mike Ashley, to buy the club for £300 million. The fiancé, that is, of the murdered journalist Jamal Khashoggi, has been calling on the Premier League to block the takeover.